Since the news of the arrest of the EFCC boss Ibrahim Mangu broke, there have been insinuations from a US-based blogger and a former aide to President Jonathan, Jackson Ude, that the embattled chairman had mentioned that he had given part of the controversial missing funds to the tune of 4 billion naira to the vice president. Although the VP had since yesterday debunked that news through his media office, it is coming after shocking information since the VP is seen as one of the cleanest of the appointees in the government. Considering he's a pastor and for once has never been caught in any controversial circumstance, it therefore came as a rude shock to his supporters and Nigerians in general when the VP's name was mentioned as a part of the beneficiaries of the said sum. The VP, Yemi Osinbajo, has already filed a complaint to the IG of police asking for criminal proceedings to be initiated against the blogger. In a letter sent this afternoon, the VP had, through his lawyer, Bayo Oshipiton, said the accused blogger Jackson Ude had been fingered as the author of a story in which the embattled EFCC chairman, who is currently facing a probe panel, had given 4 billion naira to the VP. The vice president further noted that Jackson Ude was in the habit of publishing malicious articles against his person. Other printed copies of some of the bloggers' alleged false reports against the VP were also added to the petition. However, in a split reaction, the US-based blogger called the bluff of the VP. In his words, Yemi Osinbajo SAN cannot sue him while still occupying the office of the vice president, noting that it was not constitutional. Really? And he said, I am not afraid of Osinbajo and his minions. If he indeed wants to go to court, he needs to resign first and sue me. He cannot be vice president and be using state resources to intimidate the judiciary. He cannot waive an immunity that he didn't place. Osinbajo should resign first. He, however, advised the VP in order to sue him, he must resign first his office and sue him as a normal Nigerian. Ude further said the VP was using his office to intimidate him. Another point to note is that for Ude to be properly put on trial and have his court papers served, he must be extradited to Nigeria to face trial. We will watch and keep you all posted as things begin to unfold. Well, in my opinion, for the fact that everybody must be careful if he has for the fact that he knows that, or he's quoting constitution that the VP does not have the right to tell him or to sue him because he has to resign first and he cannot waive his immunity because he's not the one that put it there. And if really this guy knows what he's talking about, or for the fact that you know that he can't do XYZ, does not give you right to be saying what you don't know. And one thing I don't understand, whether that was the same thing that happened to Timmy Frank, and I've said it in one of my videos, that the same thing that the vice president said concerning Timmy Frank, and he blew hot hair that he was going to deal with Timmy Frank according to law for saying all manner of things against him. This is not the first time. It's not even only today, and up to today, nobody heard anything about what he said concerning Timmy Frank. All those blowing hot here and there. Nobody heard anything about that again. Ude is coming again, and the man is confident of what he's saying. Even if he's not going to be, extradited, if he's not going to be resigning from his office, since he has written to the IGP, let there be investigation. I think that will settle this whole thing. Let there be thorough investigation. Even the other FIRS saga, that then we didn't hear anything again. Everything just went down the drain, and so you expect people to just take it like that. And it's just both sides. I'm talking about Ude. If you know that you have a what it takes, you have to prove it beyond reasonable doubt. And if the VP knows it's very clean, you have to tell them to investigate it so that this kind of a thing will not be coming up. So that if people are bringing such allegations against you or anybody, people will just try to discard, oh, these people are just trying to write unnecessary things about these people. So we will know. But if every now and then, most of the cases are not well structured, they are not well handled. You just sweep everything under the carpet. Another one will come up. So nobody's going to take them serious. That is just the way I see this whole thing. Whether Ude is right, he should prove it beyond reasonable doubt. If the vice president is claiming innocent, he should prove it. Since he has already initiated that investigation, let them do it. Not the kind of investigation they did on grass cutting, the former SDF. At the end of the day, we didn't hear anything. The next thing, they suspended the man or they removed him and put another person. Things don't work that way. Is that how things work? If the man really did what he was accused of, the former SDF, then why did they not face the law? Why they just did nothing has been happening? The man has been even been appointed somebody that was accused of such thing, and you, if you did not have a concrete evidence against the man, you wouldn't have removed him. And you did not tell us why you removed him. You didn't tell us the outcome of your committee or your meeting concerning the man. And the same man they've been parading the man on every APC platform, giving him one appointment or the other, and you expect it to move on in this country. So, like I've always said, if you are in that category of supporting or defending all these politicians, you're on your own, or your is your name. You're on your own. You're on your own. I could remember on radio stations, there's a particular man that has been defending Magu. Oh, they are winchanting Magu, this and this and that. But when a lot of evidence started coming up, a lot of allegations, a lot of things started coming on, he could not say anything. He said, since they have, he now said that since they have, they've been able to remove him, and they should try and check even Malami as well. I says, you can imagine, you were saying this, oh, because Magu was fighting corruption, because Magu was doing the right thing, because he was stepping on all, the most power, the influential people's toes, stepping on their toes. That's why they want to get rid of him, this and this and this and this and that. But at the end of the day, when a lot of things started unfolding, he kept quiet. I say, you can imagine, you are defending these people, you don't even know them, you believe that you love them from afar and you can defend them, and at the end of the day, of course, the man is still innocent until proven guilty. But when he began to see a lot of allegations and other things that they are bringing before the man or levying against the man, this so particular person that has been defending the Magu, he couldn't say anything. So you have to just take it easy. If you want to go and enjoy yourself because of all these people, you're on your own. No? They don't send you anything. They're not saying you. Okay. If you have a genuine and concrete evidence against him, you don't need to hide under his resignation before you are prosecuted. You will soon be sent to jail and teach you sense. That's what somebody is saying today, that he does not even need a Osinbajo to resign before things can be done, before he can be prosecuted. And some people are replying this comment saying, don't mind the nuisance. When his problem started, he would know better. God bless you. The guy should present his evidence of the fraud against Osinbajo and not just saying that he cannot prove. Okay, that he cannot prove. They just want to paint the VP black for their own goal. The vice has to resign first before he can sue someone. Why are you talking like Elena? You have forgotten the country you are in. This is Nigeria, for crying out loud. When has the government done the right thing? Even with his evidence, they still jail him without even going to court. If the VP is really innocent, then he should resign, then sue as a non-governmental official. Then you will see he has no influence over the judiciary. You will see that all of those things will not be counting for him. Which law states that that means anybody can wake up any day and accuse anybody, including the president or governors. And what you are saying is that no matter how flimsy the accusations are, one must resign before you can sue your accuser. What kind of irrational thinking is that? Why not relocate to Nigeria with Reno and continue your blogging job like Showore? Then Nigeria can take you serious. Okay, so that una come for to him, you did to Showore. It's okay, okay, this person is not even putting it away, but I can get what he's trying to say. So that you guys will treat him the way you guys are treating Showore. Do you really take Showore serious? My brother, you are a liar. Exactly, good point. You are saying is you come The same way they are telling Nnamdi Kanu you should come. You that you are there, what change, what a positive change have you brought to the nation? You are in Nigeria. So even when Shiwore came, somebody said, when Shiwore came, did you people take him serious? He didn't take him serious. You see the hypocrisy in people? They talked, they said all manner of things against Shiwore. They were even telling him to go back to US. That he should go and meet his family, he should stop all these things. He came to Nigeria. The one that is there now, you're telling him to come back. So if he comes out, what will not happen? That's why I say nobody has monopoly to anything. If you are that kind of person, you insult people anyhow. Don't think you don't have monopoly because somebody will give you back to you. If you think you are violent, don't think you have monopoly over that, because you will see that a lot of people who are more deadlier than you are, they will give it to you. So everybody has to be careful. Some people think that they get bad marks. Some people get bad marks past you. That's the way it works. But generally, if the guy has evidence, in my opinion, you have to prove it. And if the VP feels is innocent, since he has initiated the investigation to the IGP, let them do it. But at the end of the day, you will not hear anything. The case of Timmy Frank is even the one that is even it's even bothering me, because they didn't even get to the end of the whole thing, and another one is coming. It seems to me that your purpose of spreading this accusation is for the VP to resign before defending himself. But sorry to disappoint you, you won't resign. Okay, yeah, you fight in office with public stolen funds. Okay, are you telling us these lies because of money they pay you, or because today you will never live to see the end of this month? Okay, all of these are playing because of 2023 presidential election. The cabal are taking advantage of the president's status. We know you are working for Goodluck Jonathan. Osinbajo is not a saint. Let him be proved, or let him be investigated. Being a pastor doesn't mean that he's sinless. We shouldn't hurriedly exonerate him. I am short of words. Would they hear these words of God? God said, touch not my anointed and do my prophets no harm. Someone says, come to EFCC or IGP with your evidence. Okay, you blew the whistle of alleged 4 billion naira bribe against the VP. Why is he in office? And so he can sue you for defamation of character. Let him do the needful. Let them all do the needful. Because this back and forth talk now, at the end of the day, money is missing. That is just the way it is. Money is missing. And who are the people that will suffer it? It's Nigerians. Whether they is saying the right thing, or whether the Obasanjo Osinbajo is saying another thing, try to exonerate himself. But one thing we know from Magu, money is missing and cannot be accounted for. And who is going to suffer? It is Nigerians that will still suffer it. Leave your comment below and let's have your take.